I'm recording this on my commute to work just because I have some thoughts and I just want to talk about them because why not? It is, well, at least today when I'm filming this, it's January 2nd. And with that, we're in the new year. Not much has changed in comparison to January 2nd from what, December 31st? And this is kind of what drives me crazy about this like societal mantra of like a New Year's resolution. Just because it's changing the year doesn't mean you should start something new. With that being said, while that sounds pretty negative starting off the bat, I think you should start something as soon as you think about it. For example, a lot of people start going to the gym in the new year. They're like, new year, new body, new me. And that's great. Get your health, together. Or even if you just want to exercise for you, that's great. But what drives me crazy is so many people show up to the gym on January 1st, and then by February 1st, maybe 25% of them are left. And you shouldn't be letting a year dictate what you're going to do with yourself. For example, another example, I am in the process of learning French. Now, I have taken French classes in high school before. I am sadly an American, so, language isn't something very much pushed, foreign language I should say, in academia. So I want to learn another language. I think it would be really cool to be able to speak multiple languages. It opens up a whole new world of people to me, culture. But I didn't wait till January 1st to do it. I thought about doing it around mid-December, and I could have waited till January 1st and said, once it hits the new year, I'm really going to buckle down and start learning this language. No, I did it as soon as I started thinking about it. Because if I would have waited till January 1st, I wouldn't have had these 2 weeks of practice that I've already done. Additionally, I need to think about what is another year going to do? Literally to me, a day is a day. It is 24 hours. And not much changes unless you make that change. And you shouldn't be dictating your life depending on a societal number change. If you want to start something new, don't wait for the new year. Don't wait for something else to be that Kickstarter for you. Start it now. Do it yourself. Be the Kickstarter you need to be rather than waiting for something else to kickstart your progress. Because it's just going to result in you delaying it even more and more and more, or even worse, failing at it and not trying it again and saying, oh, I'll just try again next year. How many times have you been saying that? How many years have you been saying, this year I'm going to get my health together, I'm going to go to the gym? And then you fail and you say, again, I'm going to try next year. No, don't do that. When you fail, get back up and try again. If you're really committed to something, you'll continue to do it and you'll continue to improve. Nobody's good at anything they do when they first start. I don't even care how naturally gifted you are at something. You're not good at some aspect of it. You have to continue to work at it, improve on it to get better at it and to feel more confident in it. Like right now, would I be caught dead speaking French to somebody? Absolutely not. My pronunciation is awful. I probably cannot conjugate sentences properly. It's not a good look for me, but I'm working on it and I spend, an allotted amount of time every day to work on it to get better at it. Because of that, I'm going to become more confident in it over time. While I'm not going around speaking French to people just at random, there are some people that I like to practice with to help boost my confidence and give me pointers on how I'm dictating my language. With that being said, you should really think about failure as a possible thing that you will have to overcome because inevitably it is. It is something you're going to have to inevitably overcome regardless of whatever you do, regardless if you're trying something for the new year, regardless if you're trying something in August. Failure is something that comes to everybody. The sooner that you accept that you might fail at something and you might have to get back up and try again. Why am I saying might? Will fail. Everybody fails at something when they're doing something new. Like some aspect of whatever you're going to try, you're going to fail at regardless. So when you do fail, just get back up. It's not that big of a deal. I think in society, we really take the idea of failure as a really, really negative thing rather than a learning curve. Oh, I'm not good at this. I just have to practice more. I have to learn more. I have to ask somebody who has more experience in whatever I'm trying to do for help. And that's not a bad thing. Asking for help is never a bad thing. Honestly, it's a quite noble thing in my opinion, because you're going out of your way to acknowledge that I'm not an expert in this. And I know a lot of people have a really hard time asking for help, but you're going out of your way and saying, I'm not an expert in this. I need help from somebody who is better equipped to answer my questions. And that's great because maybe one day you'll become that expert and somebody will come to you for those questions like you're doing to that person right now. Needless to say, overall, don't wait for the new year to start something new. When you want to start something new, just do it. Time is something that we only have an allotted amount of, and it's an unknown allotted amount. So why are you waiting to try something or to do something new for a societal date to tell you to do it? Do it now. What's stopping you? The only thing that's stopping you is yourself, if I'm going to be brutally honest. And that's not a good thing. You need to open your mind up to the possibility that you're here now. Why not try it now rather than later? Because it's always easier to say, I'm going to try something later. It's always easier to push something off, but the more you push something off, the longer you're going to put it off for, and then you potentially will never do it, which sucks because you wanted to do it in the first place. But then you get discouraged because you have all this time to yourself where you're overthinking. You're just like, what if I do fail? Like, what if I do look like an idiot in the gym? Guess what? Everybody looks like an idiot in the gym at some point. And I guarantee you, people are most likely not paying attention to you. And if they are watching you, you're just having fun and looking hot. Take it as a compliment. Honestly, if somebody's really paying you mind in the gym, I would take it as a compliment. I look that great that you are actively staring at me instead of working out. I should feel great about myself for that. Rambling aside, essentially start your goals when you think of them rather than waiting for a time period to start it, because we're only on this earth for an allotted period of time that is unknown, essentially. Why would you want to wait to try something new when you could do it right now?